And that's an excellent point, because I've said for a long time now that privately my guess is Baker Mayfield is a gigantic pain in the ass.
Right.
And didn't we get flashes of that yesterday? Even though they weren't really pushing his buttons directly, just talking about these different concepts and yucking it up about his desire to go heckle someone at their workplace.
Yeah, it tells you a little.
And how he gets motivated by the fans when he's the visiting team's quarterback to stick it to them. That's how he's wired. He said at one point he's got the Napoleon complex. Hell, he's north of 6 foot. Why has he got the Napoleon complex? I guess
small for a quarterback. It's Napoleon-ish for a quarterback.
And they're all gigantic. It is Napoleon-ish. But we got an idea of what a pain in the ass he can be when you are away from cameras and microphones, and he's got something that's got him pissed off and something he's complaining about. Well, let's go ahead and play that,
let's do that
clip from Baker Mayfield talking about kind of the way he is and maybe explaining indirectly why the Browns had enough of him.
Like, I'd be lying to you if I didn't say that I got caught up in all the negativity and stuff during the year last year. Postseason, when I got my surgery, was out in California. My marketing agent's out there. Had him grab all my social media, change all the passwords, delete it off my phone. The only thing I have is Bleacher Report. That's why I get football notifications. That's the only reason I know anything going on in the world. When people are so critical of it, it's like, these guys that's the way
Life's on the line.
I would love to show up to somebody's cubicle and just boo the shit out of them. And watch them crumble.
10,000 people.
Now, I'm wrong.
This guy sucks.
I'm wrong for saying that. I'm wrong for saying that.
He's wrong for saying it, but he said it anyway, and that's fine. I got a little of that in me.
Yeah,
that's
sure,
fine,
me too.
It's amazing to me that he has both the lack of control and the self-awareness. That's a rare combination.
It is.
Absolute lack of self-control, but absolute self-awareness to say, hey, take my phone, change all my social media passwords, delete all my social media apps to protect me from me, so I don't react to the people who criticize me, so I don't punch down on the various people out there who are giving me a hard time, which also tells me there probably are one or more Baker Mayfield burner accounts out there, because my guess is he fits the profile of guy who would say what he needs to say under the cover of someone else's social media handle, Chris.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think that's kind of common with that age group for sure, to have that for sure, just to have their voice or their opinion thrown out there, and they don't have to attach their name to it. I do think it gives us a little introspective into, hey, I mean, just with that right there, there's a problem with controlling, the temper or, the emotions at times. It kind of shows you that. It does, and again, I think that's a dangerous line for a quarterback. There is a line there. There is. Again, Brady, he pays attention to stuff, but I think there's a line where it doesn't affect him and make him go crazy. It might make him work harder, do things like that. But he understands how to cut it off and not let it affect the rest of his life. And I think we've seen a little with Baker Mayfield where you go, I do think it affects you a little at times. Obviously, we're seeing that. You were worried about it during the season when you should be focused on football and everything, other than social media and what's being out there. So I got to think that's part of, the reason Cleveland decided to end the relationship is a little bit of that emotional roller coaster and the fact that you're not sure you can trust them. And, it's a dangerous way to live that way. I was like that, Mike, like you were talking about as a young quarterback, where I would remember, this guy said this about me, and I'm going to shove it up his you-know-what and prove him wrong. Oh, that guy said that about me. I wish I could go to his office and boo him and do that. And then I came to the realization and got a little mature and go, wait, what am I talking about here? I play professional football. I'm making a lot of money. It's an entertainment business. I'm on TV. Of course I'm going to get some criticism here. What the hell are you talking about? It's not apples to apples to the guy in the cubicle there. It's not. You know, there's all the great things that go with football and playing and being out there. And then, yeah, the other aspect is those 3 or 4 things that you got to deal with. The media, the fans booing you a little bit. So what? And, you know, when you can come to that determination, then you can become a quarterback that, you know, can play on the field and block that out and kind of compartmentalize it in a way. And it doesn't seem Baker's got there yet.
For a lot of the guys in the NFL, one of the realities is they haven't fully developed. They haven't fully matured.
Yeah, sure.
Your brain doesn't completely develop until you're 25. One of the reasons why insurance rates for drivers under the age of 25 are higher is your brain hasn't fully made the connections between behavior and risk and outcome. So there's a lot of stuff that happens when you're younger that you can't process. And
Right.
I always feel badly that we dump these kids into these situations and expect them to handle them well.
Yeah.
How do
Not
you
easy.
expect them to when they're 21, 22, 23? But you know what? Baker Mayfield turns 27 today, so the brain is fully formed. He is who he is. And happy birthday, by the way, Baker Mayfield. But
Happy birthday.
that's part of the problem. And look, as he embarks on his search for next team, and we're going to have some more on that coming up very soon, I would be leery about this. He would have to fit with what we are currently trying to do as a team,
Right.
his attitude,
Right.
or I would have to have a pretty damn good plan for understanding who he is, understanding how he is,
Yeah, right.
and nudging that in the best possible direction and believing that I could control the negative, not have him become a problem in the locker room, on the practice field, to the point where when things are going rough for him, no one speaks out in support of him, as no one with the Browns has. That's kind of jarring.
Yeah, it is.
Not a single teammate has said,
Nobody.
tweeted anything of support.
Nothing.
for
Not
Baker
even when
Mayfield
Odell Beckham Jr.
during
and
this
that
period
stuff
of time.
happened either. Nobody.
No,
In
that was
fact,
one of the things that bothered him.
All right.
That was one of the things that bothered him.
Odell
Had
got more
had
support.
a long list.
Right.
Long list of things that bothered him from last year.
Right.
Up to and including the Browns have an in-house radio network that
is right there in the middle of the facility.
dared to criticize him.
Right.
They dared to criticize him.
Yeah.
Gets back to the whole safe spaces and coverage of me on my own terms. Hey, why are they criticizing me? But, you know, at some point, he's got a point. We're either on the same
Yeah,
team, we're
that's
part of the
true.
same family, or we're not.
Right.
It's one of the risks of having your own media operation that covers you.
Yeah.
The Browns have a radio program that covers the Browns, and they own it and they operate it. It is kind of awkward if you do start criticizing players on the team, but it's an example of the unique wiring of Baker Mayfield.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.